Hello everyone, my name is Guang. My name is Tommy. I'm 10 years old. Today I will talk about science in lesson 64 in 4th grade. And first, I will review about the invertebrate characteristic. And there, no backbone, usually have weak muscles, usually are small animals with soft bodies, may have an exoskeleton, and are cold-blooded. I will review about some parts of the insect. This is the spiritual, the thorax, the abdomen, the head, and the antennae. And today I will talk about the miracle of metamorphosis. And there are some words to remember. Metamorphosis, complete, incomplete, and nymph. And the metamorphosis is the cycle that the insect usually goes through when that it usually goes through. And then the complete metamorphosis is insects who have 4 stages of metamorphosis. And the 3 insects who go through 3 changes are incomplete metamorphosis. A nymph is a small version of its adult. And I will talk about the miracle of metamorphosis. And there are 2 kinds of metamorphosis. And they are complete and incomplete. The complete metamorphosis is the part where there's 4 stages of life in the insect. And the 4 stages of complete metamorphosis are egg, larva, pupa, and adult. And for the butterfly, the egg, the pupa, the larva stage, and the pupa stage are called differently. And the cycle of the butterfly is the leaf, the egg, the caterpillar, the chrysalis, and the adult. And the incomplete metamorphosis have 3 stages there: egg, nymph, and adult. And an example would be an example of a grasshopper. And the grasshopper's first stage is the egg. And then it goes to the nymph, which hatches from the egg and looks like the small adult. And then it grows and becomes an adult. And some insects hatches in other insects' bodies, and they're called parasites. The parasite relationship, the parasitic relationship is where only one animal benefits each other, and the animal that does not have the benefit is called the host, while the other eat it. And I will read. Nearly all insects lay eggs. Many insects go through a number of striking changes before they become adults. We call this change in form metamorphosis. Some insects have 4 stages of growing called complete metamorphosis. Others have only 3 stages of growing called incomplete metamorphosis. Complete metamorphosis. The 4 stages of complete metamorphosis are egg, larva, pupa, and adult. The eggs hatched into larvae. A larva can be either caterpillars, grubs, or maggots. The larvae are always hungry and spend most of their time eating. As they grow, They molt because the exoskeleton cannot grow or stretch. After molting a number of times, the larva is ready for a rest. A moth larva spins a cozy little silk case or a cocoon for itself. The butterfly larva grows a hard shell covering called a chrysalis. Now the insect is a pupa. Hidden in its case, the pupa goes through small miraculous transformation. When the pupa develops into an insect, looks the adult develop into an adult. The case splits open. The adult insect looks very different from the larva that went into the case. The caterpillar was changed into a beautiful butterfly or moth. After resting for a few minutes to allow its wings to straighten and to dry, it flies away. Butterflies and moths are not the only insects that go through metamorphosis. Bees, flies, mosquitoes, wasps, beetles, flies, mosquitoes, and bees and wasps do as well. About 90% insects undergo complete metamorphosis. Incomplete metamorphosis. Some insects, including crickets, grasshoppers, cockroaches, mantises, dragonflies, cicadas, true bugs, and termites go through incomplete metamorphosis. The three stages of incomplete metamorphosis are egg, nymph, and adult. The eggs hatch into baby insects called nymphs. Nymphs look like miniature versions of the adult insect they will become. As a nymph grows, it molts several times. Once fully grown, it is called an adult. The large milkweed bug is one of the insects that has three stages of growth. In spring, when the milkweed bug egg hatches, out crawls a nymph. Look like a tiny milkweed bug without wings. How it can eat? It feeds on milkweed and grows bigger and bigger. As the nymph grows, its hard exoskeleton becomes too small, so it splits open. The milkweed bug discards it. The milkweed bug molts like this several times, each time looking for a little more like an adult, until finally it is fully grown with a pair of wings. A few insects such as the silverfish and springtails do not go through either complete or incomplete metamorphosis. They undergo direct development change only in size by molting several times after they hatch. A newly hatched springtail looks like a miniature adult springtail. Incomplete metamorphosis. Color the graph to show, and I will do that later. Insects, homes, and hatchings. Insects usually lays their eggs in or near food supply, so the young can immediately become hearty eaters. The monarch butterfly always lays her eggs on milkweed leaves because that is the food her offspring needs. When the caterpillar hatches from the eggs, they can begin feeding at once. Acorn weevil. Acorn weevil insert their eggs into acorns. The baby weevils feed on the acorns as soon as they hatch. Many kinds of beetles lay their egg in the bark of wood or trees. The larvae have a safe place to grow and plenty of wood tissue to eat. The praying mantis finds a suitable branch and secretes her foam from her body into it. She lays her eggs in the foam and then covers the eggs with more foam. The foam hardens into snug little cases, making a safe, warm place for eggs to hatch to stay until they're ready to hatch. A parasite. A parasite is an organism that attaches itself to another organism and feeds on it. A parasitic relationship is a type of symbiotic relationship in which only one organism benefits, the parasite. the animal or plant which the parasite feeds is called its host. Many insect parasites lay their eggs on other insects. When the eggs hatch, they feed on the insects upon which they were born. The host will greatly weaken and eventually die. Parasitic wasps that lay their eggs on caterpillars are one example of insect parasites. Lice are homebodies, traveling only a short distance during their entire life. They are attached to their source of food, which is an animal's feather or human fur. It is a symbiotic or parasite relationship. Lice are parasites. Some eat their host's blood. They do not need to travel. All the food they need is right where they live. Have you ever watched a ladybug crawling along the stem of the plant? The ladybug or ladybird beetle was probably hard at work. This insect is one of man's best friends because it preys on harmful insects such as aphids. Aphids multiply very rapidly and do tremendous harm to plants with their pierce-sucking mouthparts. These garden pests suck sap from plants, taking away the nutrients they needed to grow. You can tell when aphids are attacking your garden by paying close attention to your plants. Are the leaves curling or turning yellow? Has one plant stopped growing while the others in your garden are flourishing? These signs or symptoms match the effects of aphids have on your garden. But don't worry, ladybugs are coming to the rescue. A ladybug will lay her eggs near an aphid colony so that the tiny ladybug larvae can have food as long as they hatch. A ladybug larva can eat up to 400 aphids before it becomes an adult. What a help to farmers and gardeners. You can find ladybugs all over the world. Most species have a red shell with spots decorating the tops. However, some can be yellow or orange and can have fewer or smaller spots on their shells. A few have stripes on their shells. These plant protectors are smaller than a paperclip, yet they are the most popular predators of aphids. Surely, the little ladybug is a wonderful provision of God's for man's well-being. The life of the silk moth is a complete metamorphosis. One A, egg, B, larva, C, pupa, D, adult. And the life cycle of a mole cricket is an incomplete metamorphosis. They are A, egg, B, nymph, and C, adult. In a parasitic relationship, only one organism benefits. The host is the predator or plant which the parasite feeds. And I will talk about the metamorphosis. And this is the complete metamorphosis. And the first part of the complete metamorphosis is the egg. The egg is the first stage of every insect. And then the larva comes out. The larva is usually what we would call a caterpillar for a butterfly. And then the pupa and the butterfly is an adult. The egg this is the egg, this is the nymph, and the grasshopper is the adult. And this picture is about a parasitic relationship. And this means that The parasite is laying the eggs, and the host is the caterpillar. And the parasitic relationship is only one organism benefits from the relationship. And I will talk about some creatures there, some insects: ant, wasp, termite, praying mantis, mosquitoes, monarch butterfly, ladybug, housefly, grasshopper, flea, firefly, dragonfly, cricket, cockroach, honeybee, beetle, and I will review about some birds there. Harris's hawk, bald eagle, chicken, scratching feet, flamingo, pelican, scooping beaks, bittern, heron, spearfishing beaks, osprey, great horned owl, butterfly beaks, oriole, hummingbird, nectar-feeding beaks, mockingbird, flycatcher, insect-eating beaks, the green-necked pheasant, cardinal, finch, sparrow, seed-eating beaks. And that is all what I want to talk in this science lesson. Thank you for your listening, watching. Goodbye.